Alright, I've been looking at adding a brake light to this cap on my 97 K1500. It does not have one, and I found out I needed one. So, of course, I'm going to install one right here, run the wires down and through here. Then I'm going to make a plug in here and then run it down. Well, you can't just connect it into the tail lights because the brakes on these trucks run through your turn signals as well. So if you connect it right into your tail lights, you're just going to get your third brake light flashing every time you turn your turn signal on. So I'm going to rig it quickly. I just need it on for right now, but there is the proper way to do it, of course. These trucks actually have factory installed wires, 96 and up, I believe. This is the 97, for a brake control. Well, it's actually going to be back in there. You're going to see a blue and an orange or red wire taped together. One will have an eyelet on it. They're actually made to run up behind here and connect into your aux terminal right here. Either one of these. These are your two aux fuses right here, so make sure you'd have one of these if you're going to run power off of this aux terminal. But it does have a spot to come up through here, connect to your aux terminal, and then the blue switch, if I'm correct, runs your brake input. So you'll have to connect that to your brake controller on the inside of the truck. And those wires actually run all the way down underneath along your frame rail on the other side of this frame. Now I'll show you that real quick here. Alright, now I'm down underneath where all of your electrical is. As you can see, I have it wired in, pigtailed in right here, with an adapter for trailer wiring, the standard 4-prong. Well, over here, I was playing around and you could see that there's, well, sorry about the angle here, trying to lay underneath. Yeah, there you go. Your blue and your orange. Well, they're just double backed right here, and they're just taped up, like stuck up in there. So basically you can cut this open, pull your wires out, and you'll have a wire that run all the way up to the front where I was just showing you. These are made for brake control, brake output, and auxiliary power, but I'm going to run it as a brake output just so I can have that third brake light up top, and it will look a little better. This just saves me right now because it's freezing. It's 20 degrees. I don't feel like running brand new wire from here all the way up to my brake output. Someday I'll do that in the summer when it's a little warmer, but for right now I'm just going to do this as a quick rig here. So if you did want to run a brake controller, you would use these two wires up front, would feed all the way back here. You can hook these two with your lighting system here, and you can actually have now I'm going to go run a jumper from the brake output to this orange or blue wire, and then I'll run a wire from here up to my third brake light on the cap with a connector. Here I'm pulling the wire up and out so I can get the crimp on them. It is a little hard to get in there, get the tape that they put on there off of it. A little bit of work, you'll see the orange and the blue wire. You pull it up out. Here we're going to the top side of the ECU box. This is the end of the blue wire, which I'm going to add a connector to. The brake output relay. The white wire down here is your brake output from the relay, and that's the 12-volt connection you're going to want to connect to it. Basically, when I pushed in the brakes, that was my output via the manual that I read. The service manual showed that was the output for the 12 volts back to your tail lights and everything, and your cruise control and such and so on. So I'm just hooking into that, jumping across it, and that's what I'm going to use as the power to my brake light, as it does put out to 12 volts whenever the brakes are applied. So what I did here is I applied a quick connect terminal to the end of the wire to make it a little bit easier. I do have to connect it down to this white wire down here, which is very hard to get to with how tight of an area it is. Here I'm just running through everything, pulling the wires out, getting them ready, getting access to it, cutting the tape off of it so I can access the the orange and the blue wire. And here's the blue and the orange wire. After I got all the tape and everything off of it, you can pull it right out of the loom itself. It is pretty long. Like I said, it is double backed over itself, but you can see how long it is, where you can attach it to an actual 7-way adapter so you can have brakes and everything sitting back here. So here's my quick connect plug. Makes it real simple, easy, tight connection. Here's my LED marker light, waterproof. Both of these were, here's my wiring, ran down through. All I did real quickly is put a female and a male connector on each. I'm just going to connect them together, liquid electrical tape them up, clean them up, stick them back up there for now. Of course, it's run all the way up through. Then I'll run the wire up there and I'll show you how that's working out. Well, my camera died in the middle of doing all the work, so I'll have to do this again. But as you can see, it's on. They're all on. And the work inside basically connects right there, down through there, goes up, and then into there. Overall, wasn't that bad. I don't know if you'll be able to see up in here or not, but there's my blue wire. Just runs up the same hole that the brake wires do. Easy fix for right now. Like I said, once the snow's not here, I'll do this at a different time, but right now, legal with third brake light.